Oh, all right. Welcome back to another edition of the Mustard Seed Buying Company's Thrift Store Book Haul Reviews. Um, we're going to start off with the book that I might have the most copies of. It's maybe or second or third most copies of as far as being a book owner goes. That's Bruce Chatwin's In Patagonia. I have no idea why I find this book so freaking often. Maybe this is the only way to get the book is through the Penguin Classic, and so it shows up more frequently. But I want to say that I have this in the new Penguin Classic. I want to say that I have three versions of this one. And you would say, why sell them? I sell the books that I buy, and I happen to buy the Penguin Classics, you know, broadly. Got 300 and something of them myself. So I buy them and I keep the nicest one and I put the rest up for sale. And this is the first one that I have to stop buying copies of because I have too many copies of, or maybe I'll keep buying copies and sell it to a book club. Next, we have The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. And I already have a copy of that one, I think. But love my Barnes and Noble classics almost as much as I love my Penguin classics. They're not as broadly available, but do buy those as well when they're half off, and then I sell the ones that I don't. And you can call me a negative flipper. I know there's a lot of negative rhetoric online about people that flip things from eBay and Goodwill, but honestly, the way the market works is they make no money. Sometimes they make money, but the market pressure keeps the price so low that the only inflation you as a consumer have to pay to buy anything you want off of eBay is the price of shipping, which is $5 to $7, $5 to $10, depending on how heavy the thing is. But for small objects like this, 447 to 522, um, and you're buying a book for $9 online, which means that your eBay person is making $1 on it, maybe two, for some of those widely available items. Now, granted, there is some super rare stuff out there that you can find every now and again. Some of them on my back shelf here, uh, at these places that you make a tiny bit of profit on. But honestly, the way the market works is it pushes the whole fucking thing down so well, so much that you can just buy whatever you want for $5 shipping, and it will be at your house the next day. You remember a McDonald's toy from 1989? You can go buy it. You have to go to the thrift store. So anyway, that whole portion of the internet, and it's so vehement, is I don't want to say they're wrong because it would be nice to walk into a thrift store and find a Charizard holographic card for $2. But the ultimate reality of an economy is that's never going to happen. So those people are living in a Deluluville and aren't recognizing the great aspects of what makes that available. Uh, we're gonna keep going because I'm ranting and I don't do that. I try not to do that. The Book of God by Gabriel Josipovici. Josipovici, a response to the Bible. This is produced by Yale Publishing, Yale University Press, New Haven in London. Josip Pavici is formidably equipped to his achievements as a critical and creative writer. He has added a growing skill with the Bible. He has learned its languages, Hebrew and Greek, and got to know much of the vast secondary literature, while always giving priority to a precise reading of the actual texts. Ooh, doesn't that just sound like the kind of book that Anthony's going to read? Yes, it does, and I will. Next, I picked up a copy of Terry Brooks' The Wish-Songs of Shannara. I like to buy any of these old fantasy books anytime that I can. Sometimes they sell, sometimes they sit on my shelf, um, but they look great. I mean, honestly, they just look great. So anytime I could pick up a copy that's in fairly decent condition for $1 or $2, I'm gonna do that. There's a little bit of warping right there on the bottom, but it is an eminently readable book, uh, which is Shannara book, which is cool. All right. Then we have The Way of the Bodhisattva. Um, haven't read it. Don't know anything about it. Might have a copy of it already. I picked it up because it was a buck. Again, I think we started this video with The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, and here is another copy. And this is what I'm notorious for: is I will buy. I probably have. This might be the book I have the most of, actually, and not in Patagonia. I do think I have 3 copies of it downstairs in my children's library. I'm holding 2, and there's probably 2 or 3 over there. So I probably own in total 8 copies of The Secret Garden, and I haven't read any of them. We have Essays Before Sonata, the majority. Did I already do these books? I think I might have. I did. So we're going to stop right there. And I apologize for, making you think that I had more to offer.